Hey guys, and welcome to another video in the Revit MEP for the Professional series. This is part 5A. I expect this is going to take a few videos, so that's why this is 5A. Today we're going to be starting a project from blank. Now we're going to have the architectural model and the structural model, and we're going to link those into our new project. So one tool that I like to use, which is on the screen right now, is the CTS BIM Managers. This is Suite 2017, and it works with Revit versions 2014, 2015, 2016, and so on. I don't use all these tools, but the tool that I really like is the Project Cleaner. I use that most frequently, usually when I get models from the architect or the structural engineer. It just helps with cleaning up the model and deleting some extra information that we don't need. So I'm going to show you how I use that tool. Unfortunately, I don't have all the stuff loaded in the models that we're going to link in because they could contain some sensitive information that I don't want to for you guys to see, unfortunately. So I'm going to put this link in the description below. You can download it, play around with some of these tools. Some of them you have to pay for, obviously, but the free ones you can take a look at and play around with. And I'm going to go through the Project Cleaner. So now we're at our familiar loading screen. Now we could go to New Project, and this would give us our blank. We can pick no template and have just a blank model and load all our families in. But what I like to do is I'm going to go to mechanical template. Your company may have other templates that they use, but I'm just going to start with the default one. So I'm going to click on that and we'll start a new project. Now, many of you are familiar with this from my other videos. This is our blank starting page. It has our elevation markers on the outside, and obviously nothing is on the inside. So the first thing that I'm going to do is actually not go to this one. I'm not going to work on this yet. I'm going to open the two links that we need. So I'm going to go ahead and open the architectural one first. So now I went to our directory where the two links are stored, and I'm going to pick the architectural link first, and I'm going to select a detach from central. And the reason I do this is because sometimes you get elements that are owned by other people when they export this model. So I just want to have this cleared of any ownership elements. And you may see that you'll go to open a model and it'll say this element is owned by blah blah blah, cannot load, and then the load will fail. So I always select this one. And that's a random error. It doesn't happen for everything, but it pops up occasionally. I'm just gonna make sure all these say opened, and if they're not opened, say this one said no, we just click that opened. And we can also just select them all and press the open button as well. And I'm going to preserve the work sets in case they're in any usable form. It doesn't really matter for this case, but it could be beneficial. So because I only have one view, and because I already took out everything else, this is the view I start with. Now that won't be the case for everything, and I guarantee you'll get either a start page, a company start page, or just a random floor plan pop up. So what I like to do is I'll click their 3D view, and it'll create the new one, and then I'll close everything else. And the reason I do this is because I want to get rid of all other views. I don't really use the views when I create my model. The only thing I need is the elements. So that's the reason I get rid of everything. I don't need the sheets either. Usually you'll get the sheets in PDF form anyway, so you don't really need to open Revit to look at them. So now that I have it open, I'm gonna go up here. If you don't have that program at the beginning that I said to download, then you can disregard from here and just delete everything manually and keep the 3D view, but this makes it a lot faster. So I go to the Revit Express tools, and I'm going to go on under the free tools. There we go. Now I'm going to go to Project Cleaner. So you'll probably end up getting a list of all the views you have in the model, and you'll get lots of different things. I only have views on here, but you'll get the legends and drafting views and that. So what I like to do is I'll just select all, including the 3D view, and I'll click remove. Now it's going to give you everything that it removed, as well as it's going to give you this warning that everything will be removed, but it won't delete the 3D view because you have it open. So, and that's the one you want to keep anyway, so that's helpful. And I'll go to sheets, I'll select all, remove, select all, remove, and they're gone anyway, so we don't have to worry about that. I'll close that, and then under the Manage tab, I'll just go to Purge Unused. This is, well, actually I have some stuff left, but this will get rid of all the stuff that was not used in the project but had been loaded in. So I'll run this a few times because sometimes it explodes some of the groups and everything, so just to make sure everything is gone. And then I'll save this. And I'll usually use the save as. I'll go under here, and under options I want to make sure that this is checked. If you detach it at the beginning, this will always be checked anyway, so. And I'll overwrite it. Now, I already did the same thing for the structural link, so we don't have to worry about that right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to close this. I'm going to end up back at our model. So I want to load the two models in. And the way I do that is under the Insert tab, we got the Link Revit button. And the first one, I'm going to do the architectural one first. And I'm just going to go origin to origin. And I'll make sure everything's specified. It'll take a second. Now, looks like our model's loaded in. Not sure exactly what's going on. I'll have to investigate a little bit more. But I think that's okay. I think it's oriented to Project North, yeah. Or True North right now. You know what? I think I went to the wrong scale. This is a metric drawing, so hold on. I'm just gonna fix this really quick. Okay, so I reloaded the metric template and linked the architectural back in, and it's still doing the same thing. I did have to upgrade this from 2015 to 2017, so I'm not sure if something funky went on there, but anyways, we'll link the structural in and see what we get to. So I'm just gonna load the structural in. And you'll notice nothing shows up. And I think that's because our levels aren't exactly the same. So what we can do is we'll go to we'll open our 3D view, and I'll give you an idea what we're looking at. So I think the issue is that the models are way up here and our level starts on way down here. Usually metric levels start at 100,000 above ground, above zero is they're usually the starting elevation. So let's see, let's open, let's go back, press the WT, let's go back here and let's open one of these elevations. Should be able to just double click on this. I think it opened. Let's just open one from here. Yeah, you can see this is our sea level. This is our level 1, level 0. And this way up here is our model. So first floor, 100,000. So what we want to do is I'm gonna actually bring these levels all the way up. This is our second level. Bring our first level up. Now what I want to do is I'm going to actually rename these exactly how I see them in the architectural. So I'm going to drag this out for now just so I can kind of see. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna make sure. If you tab open, it'll tell you which link they're on. These are this is our arc link. So I'm gonna copy these ones. There's two different levels to this. This is actually a fire station, but there's two different levels. There's the main fire station has it looks like it starts at the 100,000, and the apparatus bay is about 200 millimeters below that. So I'm gonna call level 1 is 100,000, the fire station one. So I'm just gonna rename it. Exactly how I see it. And the reason I do that is because I'm going to copy monitor this. Now, if I just went ahead and didn't rename this exactly how this was, then when I copy monitored it, it would just copy this level and create a new one, and we'd lose all these views that are pre-created. So under the Collaborate tab, there's this copy monitor, and I'm going to select link, and I'm going to make sure at the bottom left down here you can see which one's selected. I'm gonna select the arc link. Now I'm going to copy, and I think when I click this it'll move this level down. Let's just see. Yeah, so now this is copied and monitored. So if we go to move this, it'll give us a warning that this has moved by whatever, however much we moved it by. So I'm going to do the same thing for level 2 now. And I think, I don't know which one we should go to. Let's just go to fire station structure, because or you know what? It doesn't really matter for right now. I can change these later, but just for now, for the copy monitor, I want to make them exactly the same. Now I'll do the same thing. Copy, select link, and it was this one, right? I didn't spell it correctly. I just noticed that. So it actually created a whole nother level. I don't think I selected the right link either. Oops. I'm just gonna cancel that. I forgot a period in here. Make sure that one's selected. Yeah, I want that one. There we go. Moved it up. So now we have our 2 levels. We have the first floor and our top of structure. That's all I'm gonna do for right now for the levels. You can see these are all messed up, and the reason that is because our, I don't know if we can see it on here. Let me just go to our visibility graphics. VV or VG is the shortcut, and I'm going to go down to site. If you press the first letter, it jumps down to whatever one. And I'm going to put these 2 on, the project base point and the survey point. You can see these are way down here. So what I want to do is I want to bring them up and match them with the architectural ones. So the way I do that, I can't remember. Bear with me here. I'm going to try to do it the easy way. I'm going to select the arc link. I'm going to go under the shared site. I'm going to acquire this. And reconcile. I think that may have moved our levels. That moved the survey point. So I think what I want to do is move this project base point. I'm just going to use a simple move command on it. I'm going to match it up with this. It's going to tell me you monitored link moved. Now our levels have moved. But you know what, I think we have to go, before we did that, I just did a Control Z. I think you have to take off this paper clip. You take it off and then move it. I don't think it moves the project. Let's try that again. There we go. I'm gonna leave that on, put it back on. Now it looks like our numbers match. Let's take a look at our floor plans. They're not too bad. I don't know why these arc ones are way out there, but they are. So now we got our levels. I'm just gonna adjust these a little bit. I'm gonna bring them a little more in. Just to cover our whole sections here. Whole elevations, I should say. I'm also going to take off reference lines, planes. Let's clean this up a little bit. If you line these, you get that line, then oops. Sometimes you get them to stick. Oops. I gotta bring this one back. Went too far the other way. What's going on here? Oh, there we go. I didn't grab the right one. Yeah, sometimes you can get these to align with each other, and then they'll become linked and you can move them all as one. Okay, so now we got our levels set up. Next thing I like to do is I'm going to go to our mech plan. I'm going to set up the true north angle. I want this area to be my project north. So the way you do that is under let's go back to the elevation, find our survey point. Now our project base point has an angle. I think our survey point does not have an angle, so I'm gonna find out this angle really quick. So this angle is 149.909. Let me see. Let me just make sure. That is right. I'm gonna just draw a detail line and gonna make an angled dimension. So it's 30.91. So 149.09 is 180 from the zero. So this angle to true north, I'm just going to take off the paper clip. 49.09. And structural link. Looks like we went the wrong way. Flipped the other way. That's not what we want. So, what was it? 30.91, right? Well, we got it sideways, but we need it the other way. We need it going. This is our project north. So let's just undo that. I don't know where the angle's taken from. It's kind of messing me up in my head. Let's go back to this way. So this is our current project north. This is our true north. Our angle dimension should be 5909. Let's try that one. back, that's why. So it looks like it went the other way. Wonder if I do a negative, if it'll figure out the angle on its own. There. That looks good. And I just put the paper clip on. Just gonna take off the reference lines for now, just to give us a cleaner picture. Reference planes as well. Next thing I like to do is I'm going to make a scope box. So under the view, under the view tab, you have the scope box. And I'm gonna name this one overall. The height will be at 0. Okay, well, I'll make it 100,000, I guess. One more 0. So the scope box I want is just on the building itself. I don't really care about the site element so much. So I'm just gonna draw it kind of like that. And the reason I did that is because now in the floor plans I can go under the extents, and I'm just gonna click the overall, and I'm gonna crop view. Can I select all these, I guess? Not sure why it's not cropping. Oh, I didn't select it for some reason. And that's gonna bring all our annotation in. And I think that probably does it for this video. Next video I'm gonna go through making the grids, and I don't know what else. Maybe we'll do setting up templates. But yeah, that's a good start for now. We'll also go through getting rid of some of this doubled up stuff, having just like a clean, relatively free of architectural extras as we can. But that pretty much does it for this video. Thanks. We'll see you in the next one shortly.